March 21st, day one, where my city, my state of Illinois is doing, everybody's been experiencing throughout the country. Stay at home, shelter in place order, which means social distancing, quarantining, not coming outside only for specific reasons. Welcome back to M.V.P. TV. Thank you guys so much for all of you guys that have been subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe. You can make sure to also check me out on Instagram at Chuy Salgado. Shout out to you guys. Also, I want to give a shout out to all the people in the medical field because you guys are the ones that are in the front lines working while some of us are at home. Shout out to all the medical field workers. Shout out to all the small businesses as well that are still operating. Where I'm from, it's mostly a Hispanic community. De donde yo soy, hay mucha gente latina, so hay que a seguir echándole ganas, a seguir para adelante, pero también a la misma vez estar sabiendo de que hay que tener distancia, lavarse las manos. With so much going on in the world, everyone getting affected by this coronavirus, it's really crazy in the times that we're living in. You know, none of us have gone through this. This is some shit that you've only seen in movies. At the end of it all of this, you know, I'm just trying to keep myself on a good state of mind. Like I said, this is something that none of us have, have gone through. It's different. But with today's video, I want to bring to you guys 3 different ways to manage your mind through this coronavirus, through this social distancing, through this quarantine, whatever you want to call it. So I can give you guys some mindful, valuable perspective on how to go about it. Just make sure to be cool, calm, and collective throughout this process. With these focal points that I'm going to point out, as you can see on the whiteboard, with, freeing your mind, focusing your mind, and feeding your mind, I want to bring to you guys a sense of peace, a sense of hope, a sense of positivity, that through all of this, when this gets back to normal, like I said, you could also carry with you. Earlier today, I was listening to the Tony Robbins podcast, and it was the episode where he had Conor McGregor. And something that Conor McGregor said in that podcast that stood out to me the most, and it hit right to the point to what is going on right now. It made so much sense to me. And he said, nothing external can defeat the internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure that your internal dialogue is strong enough to withstand the external. The external is there. Accept it, embrace it. You have to understand it and be aware of it, but don't let it shake your internal dialogue. When he said that, I'm comparing it to what is going on right now. We got this coronavirus affecting the whole world. We got restaurants, we got schools, we got gyms shutting down, we got all of this going on, which is just shaking up our whole core. But when you really know internally what keeps you strong, what keeps you going, what keeps you motivated, what keeps you on that mindset, is going to carry on and help you out with what is going on right now. It makes so much sense with realizing that there's so much going on that you can't control, but what you can control is your state of being, your mindset, your mentality, your internal thoughts, your internal conversations that you're having with yourself throughout this whole process. And the first point that I want to make, feed your mind. Feed your mind with the truth. And I'm sure you guys have heard this before. The truth will set you free. Well, what is the truth? Me, I'm not a theologian, I'm not a conspiracy theory, but I know my values, I know my cores, I know my principles and morals. And that's one thing that you guys need to decide, that you have all this time at home to really read into what you've been wanting to read. If you have questions, find the answers. Like, I heard this quote and it makes so much sense. It says, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of questions you ask. We have the internet. Like, you really, in this time, guys, that you guys are watching, watch videos that you have questions about. Do your own research. Start grabbing that book and just really find out what is the truth that is to your internal. Like I said, the external is there. We all have it. We all see it. But what is your internal values? What is that foundation that you're building on to keep you accountable, to keep you holdable, to keep you just strong through all this time? Because like I said, what is the truth? What are you searching for? Dig deep and ask yourself, what are you standing for? Feed your mind that truth, and the truth will set you free. The second point that I want to make is free your mind. What does this mean? Of course, now that we have all this time in our hands and being at home, you have so much time to think, so many thoughts you're getting in your mind. It's crazy because on a daily basis, you reach up to 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts per day. You have to free your mind from all the negativity, all the social media. You have to detach yourself, just like in the movie The Matrix, like red pill, blue pill. You have to really free your mind to what you're seeing. It ain't easy trying to get that negative thought to get out of your head, but it's like working out. When you work out to gain muscle, you really have to stretch that muscle. You really have to literally rip it apart, but through nutrition, recovery, it's gonna build up. And just like that with your brain, your mind, you have to really stretch it. You really have to break it down. And once you learn how to control your thoughts, that's gonna help you control your actions, your behaviors, your habits. And this is the time now to get started on that habit, on the daily skill of building your mental muscle. Because like I said, you got to do the reps, you got to put in the work, so that way you could see the results. And freeing your mind is dealing with your bad habits, past experiences, coming to terms, and like I said, accepting the past. You know, right now I know we're so anxious, anxiety is at an all-time high, you know, suicide is at an all-time high. But once you learn now how to like get control of your thoughts, that has really been a game changer for me. Because like I said before, I've gone through the motions of feeling real low. I've been in the motions of, you know, feeling depressed, anxious. That is what honestly is eating you alive. So you have to free your mind, like detach yourself from social media if you have to. I recommend it. You're feeding yourself all that on a consistent basis, it will eat you alive. You're gonna be going crazy, especially now that you're home. Like, it's gonna be wild. But I recommend build new habits. Listen to a podcast. If you guys want to know what I'm listening to, what I'm reading to help me out through this time, you know, comment below. I'm willing to, you know, help you guys out. That's why I make these vlogs. I'm still learning, I'm still going through the process. Like, literally challenge your thoughts, question your own thinking. It might sound funny, it might sound weird, but literally, like, it's incredible what you could do when you slowly control what is coming into your mind and what you're really speaking out. Because a lot of people also, like I said, are watching this, but I want you guys to listen and watch to understand, not to listen to react. Like, that's a big difference, because once you learn how to understand stuff, you are in control. Remember, you have a conscious, you have a mind. Your conscious is what's going to help you transition through everything throughout your day. Work on yourself, because that is going to help you guys get through it. At the end of the day, you got to be your own hero to your own movie. We are living in a movie that I feel like this is getting played out. Once you free your mind from all that, I guarantee you will start seeing the cool, the calm, collective conscious that you have to build confidence and going out there and not being scared of what's going on right now. The last point that I want to get to is focus your mind. Right now, I know we're all like thinking about the past, what's going to happen in the future. Focus right now on the 24 hours ahead of you. Start off little, you know, start off with small steps. What you think about, you bring about. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. The other day I did an Instagram live and I was chopping it up with some people that I haven't seen in a while, but I'm so happy that we have the internet, we have FaceTime, Skype, Zoom to be able to connect with our families around the world. You know, focus on the good things, you know, focus on the little things that make a big difference. You know, waking up, you know, having food on the table, bed to sleep in, having clothes. Focus on the good. My mom always said this. She said, desecha lo malo y retén lo bueno, which means, you know, reject the bad but accept the good and apply the good where it needs to be going. Keep working on focusing on the things that matter the most to you. You know, I've had this thing that is called the attitude of gratitude. When you really develop a sense of just thankfulness, a sense of just being grateful for what you have, everything else, once it's been taken away, you won't, you know, panic or anything like right now. Focus on building positive habits. Like I mentioned, if you guys want to know what I'm doing that is working for me, comment below. When you focus on what you want, trust me guys, like that's when the real work starts to begin to developing on yourself. There's neuroscience, there's neuroplasticity. It's just simply a way where you could legit rewire your way of thinking. You're rewiring different patterns in your brain. At the end of the day, once this is also gone, this coronavirus, other things are going to approach. In my video of Let Your Light Shine, there's going to be the sun, which is you, but there's also going to be clouds that are going to be coming in your way, that are going to be clouds of sadness, clouds of coronavirus, whatever it may be, but those clouds will pass by. Work on letting your light shine. If you guys found some value, please like, share, and subscribe. And I want to leave you guys with this message, you know, choose faith over fear during these times. You know, choose a peace of mind, choose prayer over panic, choose wisdom over worry. Don't get bitter, just get better. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the real MVP. I'll see you guys on the next episode of MVP TV.